Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to Chemistry IIT online class. Our third chapter name is Separation of Mixtures. Synopsis 3 and 4. Mixture means what? Mixture. When two or more substances combine together physically, that is called the mixture. Then we take the salt and glass of water. That both combination, that is called the mixture. Fruits, vegetables, these all are examples of mixture. Rocks and water mixed after, we can find out the both mixture. When two or more substances combine together physically, that is called the mixtures. Again, mixtures are two types: homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. What is homogeneous mixture? The word homo means same. A mixture which has uniform composition throughout its mass, that is called the homogeneous mixture. Uniform composition. You can't see the particles of homogeneous mixture. For example, we take the glass of water and pour the 1 tablespoon of salt. That is the homogeneous mixture. After mixing, we couldn't find out that salt in water. That is called the homogeneous mixture. Salt particles are solid particles and water is the liquid particle. And air is the all gases mixture. For example, oxygen, nitrogen, these both are gas state, that is called the homogeneous mixture. Another example, that is the alcohol. Alcohol also mixed of so many liquids. Methane, ethane and acetic acid. So much of liquids mixture, that is called the homogeneous mixture. Next one, heterogeneous mixture. What is heterogeneous mixture? A mixture which has non-uniform composition throughout its mass. Here, non-uniform composition throughout its mass. We can see the particles of heterogeneous mixture. Then, example are vegetables, fruits. Here, we can find out the each object or each vegetable. We can find out, that is called the heterogeneous mixture. That is solid mixture. And oil and water both are not mixed. That is the heterogeneous mixture. That is, we can find out the oil and water. Next one, stones and water. Stones, solid substance, and water is the liquid substance. Both together, non-uniform composition, we can find out the stones. When we observe the particles of mixture, that is called the heterogeneous mixture. Next one, differences between homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Uniform composition throughout its mass. We couldn't find out the any material, that is the uniform composition. Non-uniform composition throughout its mass, that is the heterogeneous. No visible boundary of separation. Visible boundary of separation, that is the heterogeneous mixture. Solutions. Sugar solution, suspensions and colloids. That is example of water and Dettol, soap solutions. These all are heterogeneous. Can't see particles with naked eye. Then heterogeneous, can see particles with naked eye. These are the differences between homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Separation of substances. Separation of substances. Introduction. Substances can be separated from a mixture by different methods. Some simple methods of separating substances that mix it together are being used in our daily life, like hand picking, winnowing, sedimentation, decantation, sieving, distillation, magnetic separation, chromatography. These are the examples of separation of substances. Mixtures. Combination of more than one substance forms a mixture. Some mixtures are naturally like soil and some are man-made things. Like lemon juice, salads, these are the examples of the mixtures. Hand picking. Stones are separated by hand picking from rice and winnowing. Next, winnowing. When farmers thresh their crops, they get a mixture of husk and grains on a windy day. Farmer stands on a high platform and allows the mixture of grain and husk to drop slowly from the flat plant. The wind carries the husk forward and the grains fall vertically downward. A separate heap of grains is formed. Husk is very light as compared to the grains and farmers use this property, that is called the winnowing. Sedimentation. Take a mixture of soil and water in a glass tumbler and keep it undisturbed for some time. You will find that the sand and the mud particles in the soil settle down at the bottom of the glass tumbler. These are called the sediments. This process of separation of mud and sand is called sedimentation. Separation of substance, decantation. An insoluble substance in water can be separated by decantation. Decantation is used at homes while cleaning rice and pulses for cooking. This is called the decantation. And sieving. Sieving can be separated by the larger particles to smaller particles in a mixture. We use sieve to sieve flour in the kitchen. The flour particles are very fine particles and passes through the holes of sieve, but the husk particles being large are left on the sieve. We can also use the cloth as a sieve to separate small particles from turmeric. Filter paper. Filter paper is a sieve made of paper which has very fine holes. We can filter very small particles using this type of sieve. Next method is crystallization. Crystallization is used for separation of dissolved substances from a liquid. Heat some salt water in a beaker over a flame. Stir the solution with a glass rod. Continue heating till all the water in the beaker has evaporated. Salt crystals and powder are left behind the dish. Evaporation means water converted into water vapor, that is called the evaporation. Extracting salt from seawater. Seawater is captured in wide pans and is exposed to air and sunlight. Then water evaporates and salt is left behind in the pans. Distillation. Distillation is used to remove impurities from water. Before administering injections to patients, doctors mix injection powder with distilled water. This is called the distillation. The process of distilling water. Fill a conical flask with water. Close it with a cork having a hole. Insert a glass tube through that hole. Take another conical flask with a plastic tube. Now heat the flask containing water using a burner. After some time, water vapor goes into the second conical flask through the glass tube. The water vapor will slowly turn into water. The water in the second conical flask is called distilled water. It is free from of impurities. Sublimation. The process in which a substance changes directly from solid state to gaseous state, that is called the sublimation. Sublimation. Take a mixture of camphor and powdered salt in a china dish and cover it with a funnel. Close the tube of the funnel with cotton. Place the dish on a stand and heat it with a burner. Next separation method is magnetic separation. This is based on the differences in magnetic properties of the ore components. If the ore particles are magnetic and non-magnetic material, the finely powdered ore is dropped in a belt moving two strong electromagnetic rollers. The magnetic and non-magnetic substances form two separate heaps. The magnetic material forms the heap nearer to the magnetic wheel and another one non-magnetic wheel. Fourth flotation. Ore concentration by the fourth flotation process are copper pyrites and the iron pyrites. The ore contains very small material particles which are not easy to separate from gangue. Gangue means impure substances. Then fourth flotation method is used. Mostly this is used for the industries. In this process, the ore is finely powdered. It is suspended in water taken in a tank. To the content a suitable oil, take fine oil or olive oil, is added. A fourthing agent like sodium ethyl xanate. Then the fourth is formed and carries the ore particles with it. The gangue settle down at the bottom of the tank. The fourth, it allowed the settle, leaves behind the concentrated ore. The bubbles of the fourth formed are settlized by adding collectors. The hydrocarbon chains in then process only nature and so prevent the ore particles from the gangue particles. The gangue is wetted by water and so remains in the aqueous solution. For the ore particles in the suspension of float, the conditions like lime, sodium carbonate, the ore contains very small material particles which are not easy to separate from gangue. Then fourth flotation is used. Sedimentation, decantation and filtration. In this module, you will learn to separate mud from the muddy water by sedimentation and separation of clean water by decantation and filtration. Take the glass of water, that is the muddy water, and don't disturb the 2, 3, 4 days. Required items: 2 beakers, a sample of muddy water, a tea strainer, piece of cloth, funnel, filter paper. When the heavier component in a mixture settles after leaving it undisturbed for some time, the process is called sedimentation. The process of removal of water above the sediment is called decantation. Separation of finer impurities from the decant using a filter paper known as filtration. Muddy water, stir it with the stirrer. Then total mud and water, salt, clay mixture. Mud settled on the bottom of the beaker and sedimentation process, that mud particles are called the sediment. Then clear water pour into the another beaker. That mud particles are called the sediments and clear water are called the decant. Then again take the strainer, pour that decant water, again sieve it. We can find out the some purified water. This is the one of the sedimentation and decantation process after we using sieve, that is called the filtration. Again take the funnel and filter paper, fine cloth or filter paper, pour the sediment decant water. Then again we can see that clear water, that is the purified water. Next we can take the filter paper. That filter paper, fix it in funnel and pour the decant filter water, that is the funnel. Now we can see the clear water, that is the purified water. These methods are separating mixture of methods. Then here we can see the dust particles and mud particles settled on the filter paper. In this module, you have learned that when the heavier component in a mixture settles after leaving it undisturbed for some time, the process of removal of water above the sediment is called decantation. Separation of finer impurities from the decant using a filter paper is known as filtration. The use of filter paper is better choice for the effective filtration as it has a small pores. Once again listen. Separation of substance. We all must have observed in our daily life that we need to separate substances from mixtures of two or more substances. For example, tiny impurities are removed from rice before being cooked. What is the need for separation of substances? Substances need to be separated from each other to remove impurities or to get to our more useful products. In this experiment, we will learn about the various techniques for separation of substances. There are various methods for separating substances, such as hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving, magnetic separation. Hand picking. We know that hand picking is a technique for separating impurities or substances which are a bit large in size and distinct in color so that it can be easily picked from hand. Example, impurities like stones and husk are removed from rice before cooking. Threshing. This method of separating is generally used by farmers to separate grains from stalks. In the farmers basically beat the dry stalks to shake off the dried grains. Winnowing. The process of separation of lighter and heavier particles from the mixture by wind or blowing air is called winnowing. The farmers used this technique to separate husk from grains. Next one, sieving. That is the very useful method. Sieving is used to separate substances that are of different sizes. In this method, a sieve is used. A smaller components of the mixture can pass through the pores of the sieve, whereas bigger components of the mixture are retained by the sieve. Magnetic separation. This method is used to separate mixture of two solid substances where one of the components of the mixture is the magnetic substance, another one is the non-magnetic substance. For example, if we have mixture of sand and iron filings, the iron filings can be separated by use of magnets. Sublimation activity. Take a china dish, add 1 tablespoon of chalk powder in it. Add 1 tablespoon of ammonium chloride to the chalk powder. Now mix them with a spoon. Take a glass funnel which is big enough to cover the dish. Take a piece of cotton and close the mouth of the funnel. Now place in inverted funnel over the china dish. Heat them. Observe the changes. Observation. Initially, we observe the vapors of ammonium chloride and then the solidified ammonium chloride on the walls of the funnel, while chalk powder remains in the dish. We learn that as the ammonium chloride is sublime, after heating it will directly convert into vapor, and this vapor will again condense at the upper colder part of the funnel to form solid ammonium chloride. In this way, the mixture ammonium chloride and chalk powder can be separated. Sublimation is the property of substance in which they are converted directly from solid to gas or vice versa. Such substances are known as sublime. Some examples of sublimation, that is the camphor. Thank you and God bless you all.